Kendra G. Continuation of Breakfast Club shenanigans and shit. Kendra G, y'all. Y'all remember when Kendra G came for me? After I literally was just being a good Samaritan by stating, after we were talking in the DM, it was very casual. I never had a problem with this woman. But you know, a lot of people be underlying like really, really tight with my platform. Like they don't know which way I'm gonna go. How can I trust Tasha? What is she gonna expose? Like they be fucking paranoid around me, right? And I get it, so I'm used to it. But I literally said to her in the exchange in the text messages, I said, hey, you know, keep your man off social media. And she came back, was like, well, what that, like an hour later, well, what that mean? I was like, keep your man off social media. That's it was just saying. And so she was like, why? My friends told me that you was looking for stuff on my man. I ride for mine. Now, he ain't her husband. Now, he's her boyfriend. Mind you, this lady is well in her 40s, okay? I don't think she's ever been married, and this is her boyfriend, okay? So this is not a husband.
Of course, Kendra ain't been married. What would give you that impression that Kendra is a married woman?
Boy.
But today we covering this Tasha K Kendra G foolishness. So Tasha K is apparently exposing Kendra G's alleged scammer boyfriend. And as she just said in this clip, I text her, hey, keep your man off of social media, you know, just like kind of girl to girl. You know, you got a man, that's cool, but keep him off of social media. You don't know who trying to get him. You don't know what enemies you got, stuff like that. You know, a lot of people just love to put they significant other on social media. Then you get mad when there's problems and whatnot. So that's what Tasha was telling her. Keep him off of social media. And, you know, we know how Kendra responds to anything where you start talking about her and bringing her into the conversation, she gets offended. So this is one of those cases where Kendra got offended and Tasha K didn't have no info, but now the info is starting to roll in from I don't know who, but Tasha got some info. She says she has some receipts on Mr. Ashy Foot.
King. They called him King Ashy Foot.
Yeah.
But quick aside for those who don't know, Tasha K on the internet streets, she's like the Undertaker. Nobody dig up more dirt than her. So I think Kendra picked a fight that might be a little bit over her weight class on this one. But now right now I'm like Mace with the popcorn. I'm just watching. This should be good. But let us continue.
Talking about me and mine, we ride for mine. He's supposedly Nigerian. I don't know. And it was just really, really salty. Then she sent me a text message of her friend saying, hey, girl, Tasha K looking for information on your man. And I was like, baby Kendra, we don't look for information on nobody. Your people send it to me. Just like your people told you that I was looking for information, they probably about sent it to me. But what it did was pique my interest because my thing is like, why get so defensive? If there's nothing to hide about your man, why get so defensive? And it was the defensiveness that made me say, okay, let me keep my eyes open for some stuff. I'm not looking for it, but when it does come across my desk, I'm going to see why she felt tight about me getting any information on her man and why she felt the need to be the dominant masculine figure to want to fight for him. So when these messages wounded up on my desk in my DM, before we put these out, I want you to hear how Kendra G describes her life because, you know, she's always posting in Rolls Royce and helicopters and these ridiculous outfits that you can't buy nowhere, not even Nigeria. And she is yet to get a hair transplant to bring back her edges. So the wigs just get further and further back. So go ahead, run this in.
Now, Tasha, you didn't have to say she needed a hair transplant. Kendra need to go to Turkey and get that transplant? But don't you gotta have hair in order to get the transplant?
I don't know. you know, Kendra's in that tax bracket. She out there in LA. She got to get whatever LeBron got. Whatever
Right.
LeBron got, go get some of that. Them plugs or
Bosley.
whatever. Yeah, all that. All that. But we, you know, we not supposed to say nothing about that though. You know.
I guess we can't say nothing about her hair. Y'all jumped out in our comments on the Kendra's wig embarrassing her video, and y'all was so offended that we were talking about Kendra's wig. It's not her hair.
Right. And why is Kendra's wig off limits? I need to know that. What makes her wig off limits? If we saw a man with a unit, then we will talk about that. So, you know, it's all in fair game, especially when she's throwing shots.
And she needed a transplant and whatnot. And so she really riding with dude. I want y'all to just take note how hard she riding with him. My man, my man, my man. To Tasha K.
I have a question as well. I'm wondering, when they having this exchange, did she know allegedly that Ashy Foot wasn't on the up and up?
I don't know.
Or this was, you know, trying to, you know, cover it up or whatever. I don't know. Just a question I was thinking out loud, but let us continue.
Wasn't going to be able to guest co-host because things changed. Things do happen in radio. They have pre-recorded interviews, but I was able to come in the next morning and still just do some talk breaks with Envy. Well, when I went in the next morning, Jess Hilarious was there. Shout out to Jess Hilarious, super talented, deserves to be her job. Like, this is nothing about her at all, right? So I want to make that clear. I think she was an excellent choice. But still, with that being said, as a company employee, I wasn't really given an opportunity to even guest co-host. Really, if I'm watching for 2 months, people getting the chance to guest co-host, and I work for the company and I gotta wait, that's not gonna happen. But literally, after that experience, I did it. And again, because I know this might go viral, shout out to Just Lyrics. That's your job. You kill it. I've always loved you. But I quit after that. Literally.
So that was the final
that was it.
show.
I was done. Like that Friday, I had to go back to do one more episode in Chicago. It was May 1st. And I was going to Italy for my birthday. And I knew I was not returning. And I sent my resignation letter while I was in Italy, and I never went back.
And did they try to like stop you from leaving?
I left 6 months before my contract, but I didn't get no severance package. I didn't get no unemployment. So they're like, okay, girl, I walked away from it. It's like, don't hold me to my contract. I'm not gonna hold y'all to anything. And I left and I moved to Beverly Hills, California, and I started my own company and my own
she bought
thing.
a Rolls Royce, and that was all she wrote.
Well, yeah, now they couldn't afford it. Now they couldn't afford me. But I do want to say this: life played itself out the way it was supposed to play itself out.
Let's comment because there was a lot being said there. Okay, that she didn't really go into detail.
Bougie.
I mean, she quit because they didn't put her in the Breakfast Club or let her audition. I mean, Kendra, you said yourself, you've been here for 20 years. You work for the company. I think they've had a sample size of what you working with already. Like, why would you have to audition? You already worked there. You wasn't going to get that look. Like, they would have gave you that look a long time ago. It's just, you didn't qualify. I'm sorry. She quits and goes abroad and, you know, goes on to do her thing, which is fine. Shouts out to her. But it seems like she got a little butthurt because they probably wanted some new talent, new blood. You already been circling around in every radio station you could possibly be on. I don't think that you met the qualifications, what they were looking for in the next host. That's just me personally. I don't know. But she did what she wanted to do. But she did seem a little butthurt. Now they can't afford it and all that. If the Breakfast Club came a calling, you might want to go back. I don't know.
Okay, so the Breakfast Club said, nah, we're getting rid of Jess Hilarious and all of that. And Kendra, you next up. She'll probably drop everything.
She'll try to fit it in. She ain't gonna just scoff at it. She gonna try to do both or whatever's the case, you know.
Sure.
But she was hurt.
Yeah, she was hurt.
But she always makes sure that, they can afford me. I was in Italy, Rolls Royce, Beverly Hills, very, very much new money because radio personalities don't make that kind of money. I do want to tell you, before I went public or took this information on the road, when she was talking all that shit, somebody, I ride for mine, bitch. Don't be trying to, just doing so much shit. And I always told her, I said, listen, if I get anything on your man, I'm going to tap you. I don't look for shit. People send it to me. So when I got this email and all of the receipts that was sent, I dropped it in her DM. Guess what happened? If she didn't ride for hers, she didn't book up. It was crickets. It was crickets.
Hmm. I don't know. Maybe she didn't know.
No.
Maybe she was under the
Maybe she
auspices
did know.
that King Ashy Foot was on the up and up. Because I don't think she would have reacted like that. She know who Tasha K is and what Tasha K is about. Allegedly, of course. You know, she, like, again, she's known for exposing her information. She, got into her legal battles and all that, but she be right. And she, she's cracked a few cases and got some info and bringing up people, family members. She's kind of thorough.
I
So
seen her
in
do it.
that world, right? In
Yeah.
that world, she's thorough. So I think Kendra, if she would have known, if she would have been privy to this, she wouldn't have responded like that. So I think maybe go ahead, Queen. Sorry.
No, I was saying either she knew that he was allegedly scamming and she riding with it, she was down with it, or you didn't know. So if you didn't know, that means you don't know how to vet your man, Kendra.
True,
Yet you
indeed.
running a dating show, trying to give people advice, and you can't even vet a man that might be trying to scam you. Allegedly.
Absolutely. And that's
so which one is it?
And that's where the rubber meets the road on our channel. We hit this a lot. They come in the comments talking about we hating and he doing better than y'all. She's doing fantastic for herself. But that's aside the point that she don't know what she's talking about. I don't hate Kendra. I don't like the message she put out and that people follow her when she's leading you down a path that's not, let's say, conducive to you really surviving. You understand? Like, she's talking from a fantasy world and she got a little cachet. And for people, what Kibi said is true. She do give off new money. So that means she never had nothing. And for people who don't have nothing, that's appealing. Somebody who got something, they got influence over them. I always had stuff. I always had the things that I need. I'm not rich or anything per se, but I never was without the things that I coveted in life. Y'all are without. This is y'all's response. So y'all attached to somebody who got money because she got a couple dollars. Don't mean she's intelligent or she should be leading anybody in any part of our culture. And we get that so twisted. Like, it's a shame. But again, I don't have anything personally. I feel sorry for Kendra. She's damn near illiterate. We can go over the list of the things and going on and on. But this alleged scamming situation just goes to show she's not cognitive in what she's saying. She's just talking. She never been in these situations. She's never been, around these folk that she claimed to be. And if she is, then why is nobody checking for her? See, Kendra got a lot of things going on, and I think people follow her blindly. And just because she's a Black woman and she got a couple dollars, that she has this big influence over y'all. And that's why I draw the line. But anyway.
To quote the Migos, we ain't never had no old money. We got a whole lot of new money, though. That's Kendra.
Hey, how was that Kendra G scrutinizing women about their requirements and preferences in a mate when she's parading around Los Angeles and being love bombed by Hush Puppy Jr., the Nigerian Deo, aka Donovan Johnson, aka Don Johnson, aka Reginald Green, aka Terrence Reed, aka James Wright, aka Timothy Price, and the list goes on. She is head over heels in love with a notorious scammer that recently came home from federal prison for bank fraud, credit card fraud, wire fraud, identity theft, and money laundering. Her Instagram is at Kendra G. It's Scam Central and screams scam likely. So when I did drop this email in her DM, as I told her I would, and text her, she didn't say a goddamn thing. But she had a lot of motherfucking mouth trying to keep me or trying to scare me from even receiving this information. That's how I knew that something like this could be true. So this will be public. Like I said, everything's allegedly, even my name's allegedly. But like I said, if it get thick out here, we can put out the arrest record and what we were sent on this man that she's parading around.
Wow. That was a lot. So I believe some of these names are like characters or some real people. Like Hush Puppy is
right. I remember that dude.
Real estate mogul and convicted felon. And what was like the other name?
Reginald Green, Timothy Prince, and all that. Nobody gonna believe that ashy foot African with them damn tired ass shirts. His name's from Reginald Green with them feet out.
Right.
No damn Reginald Green. Please, man. But I don't know. Again, like, again, when she snapped at Kibi, did she know that this brother was allegedly into all of this? Or Kibi popping it up, maybe it did cause her to do some research and then she jettisoned the dude. I don't know. But the fact is, from the research of my good partner and co-host here, she scrubbed that African from the existence of all her pages and all of that. She tried to scrub the internet clean of them. So that right there, that's it. Clue number one. We know it wasn't because they broke up. I don't think. Not only because they broke up. I think it was in the manner that they broke up.
Because when they first broke up, like when she was announcing that she was single and, before this news came out, she still had like a couple videos of him up on her Instagram. He wasn't completely gone. And then, of course, I went to go check the other night because I needed a picture of him. You're going to see him on the thumbnail. She's completely scrubbed him. He's not on there.
Wow.
But with me and my great internet skills, I can find him. And I did. So y'all will see him on the thumbnail and whatnot. So Kendra can't erase all existence of him. He exists. And Kendra, did you check your cards? Did you check your accounts? Because you might have been the target, huh?
Maybe. Or maybe in a weird way, again, like I said before, the popping up of this African coincided with all this app and all of that. And I've questioned the validity of Kendra's app. So this might not be, look, I ain't going to go too esoteric on you, but she might not have got the wool pulled over her eyes, so to speak. She might have been involved in whatever he had going on. I don't know. But she should check her accounts and do all of that.
To check them accounts.
It's looking crazy for her right now.
So let's go look at the text messages that Tasha K sent to Kendra. Okay, so these are the text messages between Tasha K, Kendra. Love you, Tasha. I understand you, and I understand you have a job to do. I'm promise. I guess she's trying to say, I promise. I will do your show next year. I just want my app to launch first. It's taking longer than I expected. Tasha, yes, ma'am. Girl, take your time and keep your man hidden from my blog. Congratulations.
That was a warning.
Your app. Okay, she said down here, my man, child, we down forever. Okay. She said she down forever for whatever, right? Keep that in mind. Just think on that. She said they are down for whatever. Let's continue. Okay. Have we ever heard Kendra say the F word?
Not like this. Fucks. Like Redman. She said it like Redman and ha. Yeah, I fucks with you. Yeah, I get it. Not with the S.
Okay. Yeah, I F's with you, but don't ever threaten my relationship. I don't play those type of games.
She said, don't ever. Don't you ever. Snapping her neck.
When did Tasha K threaten her relationship, though?
I think that was look, I caught something. I think Tasha K was warning her.
That's what Tasha was talking about.
Threaten her relationship. That's gonna expose her, and then it's gonna blow her up. That's what I'm catching now, reading the messages. I could be thinking too much into it. Kendra knew more than she was leading on. Yeah. She knew dude wasn't on the up and up.
Okay, so this is Tasha responding. I have a sarcastic type of humor. I tell all public figures that keep your man off the internet. But if I hear something, I always tap the girlfriends first. Don't worry, I don't take light to threats either. Again, congratulations on your app again. Didn't know that you were in a relationship either, and I was joking, but not. No need to be ready if nothing is going on. Let me read it with the angry Kendra voice. Girl, we good. And not worry about anyone, but I don't do threats. Ain't nobody threatening you, Kendra. Calm down. Shoot.
Right.
Okay. I don't ever threaten anybody. I was seriously joking. But you would be the first to know if I ever hear anything. Okay, this is the DMs with the incriminating information. What
his
the
name
heck
right
is
there?
this? What the?
Is that his name?
I think that's his name. Oh, that's
They
long.
call him Dio.
They call him Dio.
Huh.
Scammer Dio.
Prince Ashy Foot Dio. Look. And Kiwi said, "Is this true?" No response.
Oh, okay. So I'm trying to read the information down here. I gotta use my cat eye. The Donovan Johnson alias was my cousin's identity that he had assumed after befriending him. He just came home after doing almost 11 years.
Wow.
Oh my God. How old is this dude?
Wow.
Because we figured that he's younger than Kendra.
Yeah, he could have did the 11, 20 something. He's 30 something. I said he was probably about 30 something. He looked about
how much of his adult life has he been free though?
No, probably not enough. Not much. Let's say that.
You can see his names here: Terrence Reed, Don Johnson,
Reginald Green. He ain't no damn Reginald Green.
He doesn't look like any of those names. Okay, so bank fraud, credit card fraud, wire fraud, identity theft, and money laundering. All of that.
See.
Allegedly.
Yeah, I got some theories here. I definitely got some theories. I don't want to. Again, I'm going back to my original theory. I thought he was a plant, and for somebody who just came out the pen, a couple dollars to stand here and take some pictures with me, that don't look too. It's not a bad deal. You know what I mean? If somebody offered it to him, would he turn it down? All of this came about when she's trying to legitimize this app and all that. She had a man. She needed a man per se. He was paid. I thought he was paid from the get-go. No, I don't know. It's kind of like that because again, she feels threatened by if somebody exposed this. Like now we know he's some kind of fraud. So now we would question the legitimacy of his and her relationship to whatever level that is. She couldn't have no nuptials. Of course she wasn't gonna have no child. So it's like now that the spotlight is on him, now we're gonna question where he came from and what she doing with him. And I don't think that's favorable. Kendra don't want that information out. That's why she came with the threatened and all of that. Like, because if her people got wind of this, it would be blase blah. Or she might not genuinely have known and thought brother was on the up and up. She got this little information, looked a little more into it, and said, "All right, you gotta go." So she probably can't vet, or she's running some kind of con. I don't know. One of the two is what I'm thinking.
And if y'all take note, these emails were sent to Tasha K March 16th of 2024. So Tasha been sitting on this information for almost a year. So I want to know what prompted Tasha K to release this information now. Why now? Because she could have said this last year that he was on, he was doing this. So maybe there's, I don't know, is there any type of ulterior motive on
it could be because
Tasha K's side?
I saw something on a video by the legendary O'Shea Duke Jackson. Shout out to the Duke. He had went over this. This is the first time I caught the messages, and he also said that Kibi got a dating show coming out. I don't know how valid that is, but it's supposedly she has a dating show coming out.
Yes.
So this could be,
Maybe
calculated
so.
on her part.
Yeah,
I don't know. Like, again, I'm not in this. I'm just watching, and I want to see the smoke. Kibi do what Kibi do, but I would love to see that smoke that we get and the other people who cover Kendra who not, betwixt by her glamorous lifestyle that they get. I would love to see how this gonna play out. I'm telling you, this is beautiful.
Yeah, she is launching a new dating show called Do You Like Me? Looking for contestants. So this is just 3 days ago she announced this. So maybe this is all to like launch her dating show. Now she's gonna release this, discredit Kendra, now get into the dating show game, I guess. I don't know.
Stay tuned.
We're just reporting here on the information. And all of this is alleged.
Yes.
And take it with a grain of salt. We're just reporting here. So now let's talk about Kendra G on the Tamron Hall show.
Kendra, thousands and thousands of people call you.
Yes.
They want to be on the show.
Yes.
They want your advice, but you're single.
That's right, girl, and loving it. Now, I was in a relationship last year, but this is my single season, and I love it. And single does not mean lonely. Single means nobody can't claim me.
Right.
And I got a roster. If you want to join the team, where the camera at, Cameron? Hit me up on Instagram, Kendra G Media. We got space for one. We got space
Because
for
I
one.
love that single, but just because you're not in a relationship doesn't mean you're not dating.
No.
And that can be your season where you're exploring yourself and what's on the landscape.
Yes.
Okay, so my team found 2025's most talked about dating trends.
So Kendra got a roster. So after this African, then she done found out that he's allegedly a scammer. Now she trying to like pump herself up. I got a roster. It's okay that I'm single. It's like she's trying to convince herself. I'm okay with being single. It's okay. I got a whole bunch of men that want me. I got a roster. Having a roster as a woman sounds
at 50
masculine.
years old. At 50 years old.
It sounds masculine. Women shouldn't have a roster. Just say you're dating.
Correct.
But saying that you have a roster, that's something a man would say. He got a roster and he could pull this one up, put that one on the bench. Like y'all want so bad to seem like y'all got the same options that men have. You don't.
Doesn't have any options.
You just ran into scammer dude.
You got beguiled by that. How many options do you really have, Kendra?
Okay, so what's in your options? If you just ran into scammer dude,
he was your best option. You're right.
Who's next?
That's your best option. All your options that you have and had, he was your best option.
You got a car thief next?
Come on, man. And then she says her single season. Single season? This is one of them Game of Thrones seasons, I guess. Winter.
The long winter.
Yeah. Your whole life is a single season. Come on now, man. And again, let's add the factors here. What she's saying here and what allegedly took place with the African brother, alleged scammer. Like we can see, like she don't know what she's talking about. Like her influence is flawed. She doesn't know what she's talking about. Okay.
Yeah.
Period. Like
the catchphrases. These ladies are going to break it down. I gave you some of them at the beginning of the show. So don't feel badly if you've never heard of them, because I'd never heard of them either. And I didn't look them up because I want to know how you define them. Future proofing.
Yes.
Kendra.
Oh, you got to have a job. You have to have an ambition that's going to go somewhere for sure. I want to see W-2 forms. I want to see success records. I want to meet your mama. I want to know where you live. Is it in your name? Is it? I need to see the lease, because sometimes
Kendra, I'm not good enough to date. If I were.
So now she's asking for all of that. Did you ask that African for his arrest records?
Nope. Now you got to see government papers and you got to run them through the thing. Now
you got to do all of that.
So I'm saying again, we've said this on the show. She comes off like she has no worldly experience, so you shouldn't be giving advice or putting your 2 cents into things. Like she's just experiencing these things, so you can see like when she has one of the breakthrough aha moments, like you just realizing this now because you got stung. So when you hear her say something else, it's because she got stung another time. Like she don't know how to vet no men. She doesn't
45
have
years
any
old.
options. At 45 years old, she's just a 45-year-old teenager we got sitting in front of us up here.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
shout out to
And-
Tamron Hall. Because she didn't understand because she's not from this world.
Yeah.
Tamron is older, more mature, looks younger
Classy.
than her, and yes, that's the word, classy. Like, what are you talking about? Like, on the first date, like this, how we coming off? Like, this sounds preposterous to her. And she's married,
Right.
and this
lot.
Caucasian lady as well is married as well.
And just look at how Kendra's dressed and these married women are dressed. Class, modest.
Look, the 304 fairy over here. The hell out of here.
Like, this is just so wild. Like, she's the way she's acting on this show. Now, we're not going to cover every part of the show, but the way she came on here acting is like the show is for her. There was like about 3 or 4 other women guests on the show. She made it sound like I got invited to the show and it's going to be about me. The segment is about me.
On Valentine's Day.
You're one of the guests that is talking on Valentine's Day, not the main guest.
And the singlest guest.
Yes. And I think everybody else had a man.
They were married.
Or was
the other lady that was there was married as well. I remember.
And it was another lady that she had, her and her man had been dating for 6 months. So everybody had a man basically. But Kendra is the single one, talking the most outrageous about what she need and whatnot.
Let us continue.
Let me tell you, because we're talking about it from the female gaze to the male. I'm just talking in general. If I had gone on a date with someone and they started asking me about my W-2s and my bank account, they would have been seeing the gas come out of the pipes of my car.
Yes.
Because that's too, I'm intimidated now.
Well, because women are tired of wasting their time. I'm talking from the woman's perspective.
Yeah.
So they're like, I don't want to make you be already made. I don't got clay. I'm not magic.
But guys don't want that either. They don't want to make us.
Well, true. But the thing with guys.
And they don't want a broke lady.
Well, no, I don't know though. Some men.
Guys, I'm speaking. I'm speaking, but I just speaking because I heard you say it.
I don't think men want a broke lady, but they also don't want a lady that's going to be too expensive. You know, wigs is $2,000, lashes is $300.
Okay,
you know, shoes is $1,000.
Are you easing into high maintenance?
Yes. Well, I think that that's real high.
Easing in.
Real high.
And you're owning. So 2025 people are owning the high maintenance.
Well, women feel like this is what I do for myself, so a man has to be able to do the same or more.
Why can't you keep doing it for yourself?
I agree with you, Tamron, but they're like, why if you here? If a man is here, why am I?
But you're not here for my wigs.
But they're feeling like this. Okay, I'm showing up for you.
Shots.
I'm giving you my energy. I am in your presence. You should pay for this.
Hold on.
Now I'm not saying
Hold on. Look at
This is getting spicy in here.
But I'm with you, Tamron, because
we gotta stop this.
Don't back up now, Kendra. We got.
Shout out to Tamron Hall. She was flabbergasted. That sounds like a hoe. That sounds like what a prostitute would tell you. I'm here. I'm in your presence. You got to pay me for this and this and that. That's what she just said. The 304 fairy. Is she trying to get you in a relationship or she's trying to keep you single? I'm confused. Like, that's prostitution. Like, that's what she described. I'm done. This is insane.
So let's go back over how much these wigs and stuff cost.
I don't think men want a broke lady, but they also don't want a lady that's going to be too expensive. You know, wigs is $2,000, lashes is $300.
Okay,
you know, shoes is $1,000.
Are you easing into high?
She just said that wigs is $2,000.
That's ridiculous.
Shoes.
And she changed her wigs 4 times a week, 3-4 times a week. Or you got to have wigs to change 3-4 times a week. Excuse me, whether you change them or not. You
and
need
lashes was like 300 or something. I don't know.
Man.
There's a lot of figures out here.
Crazy,
So So you telling me that you spent $2,000 on a wig and you was at the Super Bowl with it sliding back? You was out here looking like Pennywise little sister. Kendra Wise.
Moonwalking wig at the Super Bowl 2000. The wig is bougie. It stay
But
on his head.
that's like somebody's rent. You're spending
Yeah.
on a wig for it to look tacky. Now she do be having some good wigs sometimes. Sometimes it do be looking laid.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You know, it looked like it got that dog in her. You know, it look good. But a lot of times that wig be atrocious.
Word. That Super Bowl big one, that's terrible. She need to throw that one away.
Yeah. I think it had its best days. Like, you know, I don't think it got too many more days left in front of it.
It's laundry detergent. It's tied. That wig is tied.
It's tied. But shoes, $1,000. I wouldn't dare spend $1,000 on those shoes. I barely I don't even really spend 100 like that. That's be oof. Like I like utility. I don't feel like spending that much money on some shoes and whatnot. But I'm not high maintenance. I'm very low maintenance and whatnot. I just can't imagine spending that much money on some stuff. I mean, if you got the money, you know, Kendra works hard. I'll give her that. She wants to treat herself. By all means, treat yourself. I just don't see all that frivolous spending and stuff like that. Like all of your closet is $1,000 shoes. You don't have any regular shoes in there? And I'm pretty sure Kendra doesn't have regular shoes. She probably don't have she probably don't have regular clothes. Everything in there probably is designer.
Right. Except them raggedy ass hats she be wearing when them wigs ain't wigging.
Yeah.
And hell, they probably designed it too, for all I know. I don't know. She got money,
you know,
but money don't buy happiness, y'all. Like she can doll herself up and she can look the part. But if everything she says is true, there would have been no reason for the African. And there would be no reason for her to say she has a roster. Like she's trying to buy copium that doesn't come, you know, it doesn't fulfill you. Because she's trying to live her life, like you said, like as a man, very masculine. Like, so the things that would cope a man at 45 having a roster after a heartbreak would sound appealing. Or having all these clothes and cars and all that. Yeah, that's for a man. But as a woman, whether they want to believe this or not, at some point in your life, you covet something other than that, other than those things. And now she's got those things, right? She's got the things that she's always coveted, but she still feels empty. So she can parade around and act like she don't want no man, but she wants a man. That's why she got beguiled. That's another thing. She claims to not covet money, and she's not after what the women on her show are after. No, she's exactly after the same thing. She's after the exact same thing. That's, again, how she got beguiled by King Prince Ashyfoot, as he's referred to.
Any final thoughts?
No, I mean, I guess we've said all that we have to say on this subject. One of our good viewers wanted us to cover this, and we're gonna leave it right there. You know, we see Kendra is ill qualified, you know, to host a dating show. No, anybody can host a dating show. That's, you know, no qualification. But to give all this advice and to have her bias bleed over into the show, and for her to snap at people when they, you know, tell her that she's regular just like everybody else, is disingenuous, because obviously she's not a higher grade than anybody. She just lives in a more expensive neighborhood and spends more money on herself. But that's just that, you know. So we need to stop valuing the dollar and look more into the character. You know, money is great, but it doesn't give you an automatic one up on somebody. Kendra ain't no better than anybody listening, watching on her show. And this is gonna be her downfall.
Yeah. And ladies, stop letting desperation lead you into the arms of someone like the African Nigerian Dio, whatever his name is, scammer likely. We have to stop doing that. You get so old and past the wall and your eggs is freeze dried, scrambled, hard boiled, and you know those nights get lonely and you wish somebody was there. So in your desperation, you go seeking. When you go seeking, you will find. It doesn't mean that you're gonna find a good man. It might be some type of man, but I can't promise you it's gonna be a good man. You know, so we can't let it get this far. Kendra has let her career define her and all of that. She's, you know, back in her 20s, I think mid 20s or late 20s, she had a fiance and she screwed that up in pursuit of her career. And from what she said, that this was a good man, and whatnot. So she could have been married, probably had some children, and maybe still have been able to pursue a career. Now, I can't promise you that she would have been here, you know, where she arrived at right now, if she would have done that. But this is, she chased the career, but still want the man and the kids, because if you didn't want kids, you wouldn't have frozen those eggs. You still wouldn't have wanted that option and whatnot. Kendra know it's too late. She know it, and she know it's a lot. It's too late for a lot of these women that come on her show because their mindset won't be changed. Now, if your mindset changes, your outcomes might change.
Maybe.
No guarantee. But a lot of these women are stuck in their ways. And they don't want to work with a good man. They'll rather go get scammed and and pursue Pookie and Ray Ray and get ran through and all of that. When that good man comes your way, you better take that opportunity, because you don't want to end up like old bitter Kendra G getting scammed or with a scammer, allegedly.
Bingo. Funny, in this clip on the show, Tamron touched on this, but we're gonna go too far into that. We're gonna let y'all go over there. We encourage y'all to please go watch the full clip from the Tamron Hall show. She does a fantastic job. Make sure you tune in to Kendra G. She's doing her thing out there as well. And we appreciate everybody for coming out, rocking with us on these videos lately. You know, the engagement, everything is on the up and up, and we're just gonna keep hitting y'all. We're gonna put the salute on it, but you know what we do here. This is Black Square One. We will catch y'all on the next one. Be safe.